that you're the hunted. You're the reigning two-time defending champions. You've won 3 of the last 4. You've been to the NBA Finals the last 4 consecutive years. You're the prohibitive favorite to capture a 4th NBA championship in 5 years. You have the greatest shooter on the planet, the greatest shooting backcourt we've ever seen, and you have one of the top 3 players on the planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned, in Kevin Durant. Of course you're the hunted. So when you combine that with the fact that they are fully aware of what the priority should be, that 82 games and what transpires in a regular season ain't that big of a deal for them, which Draymond Green and others have openly admitted. You got to remember, they're going out, and far more nights than is customary for other teams, individual talent is saving the day for them. Not schemes, not emotion, not enthusiasm, not anything. Just a love for the game of basketball, and on a particular night, somebody's got it going on. And this night, somebody else has got it going. Why? Because what matters to them is April, May, and June. Going through these 82 games, it's a walk in the park for them. It's tough for them to prioritize and to take it seriously because they know in their sleep they're going to win 50 games and they'll be in the playoffs. So it's just a matter of whether they're going to win 60 or 70 games, and they're going to be interested enough to do it. That opens the floodgates for teams of a lesser talent to come at them and knock them off on some nights because it's the regular season and there's no urgency.
KD is showing you he's an all-time great player in his prime. He's in his prime now. And he's showing you why the Warriors are so dangerous and so great. You know, LeBron James formed a super team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh with the Heat. And they went to 4 straight finals in a weak Eastern Conference, and they won 2. They didn't three-peat. The Lakers three-peat started with Pat Riley when he copyrighted the phrase in the 80s. They never three-peated back then. Three-peating is hard to do. Phil Jackson teams have done it, and that's it. It's hard to do because to maintain that level of greatness, not just attrition with injuries and age, but also, as Stephen A. said, focus and interest is difficult. And what KD is showing here is wisdom. The Warriors are offsetting the fact that they have played an extra season when all is said and done through the past 4 postseasons when you add up all the extra games. They're offsetting the wear and tear with wisdom. Remember, the reason the Warriors aren't working on 4 straight already, the reason they haven't won 4 straight and are working on 5 straight right now is because after they won the championship, the very next year, they were chasing a record. Remember, they wanted those 73 wins. They talked about it. Steph Curry was playing overtime minutes in really meaningless games. Oh, the Spurs had a good record. Spurs weren't going to have a better record than the Warriors. By that time, it was all but over. And Steph Curry against lesser teams was playing overtime minutes because they were chasing wins. And you know what? And he was hurt. Was Steph Curry 100% in the finals? No. Was he as healthy as he may have been in the finals? No. They learned from that. They not only got Kevin Durant, but they became a wiser team. And Kevin Durant's comments point out just how dangerous they are right now.
Well, listen, they're dangerous because we know that they're going to be there when it really, really counts. But understand that the Houston Rockets really exposed them to this degree. You know, when you're one of the reasons why in the National Football League you see defenses complaining so much is because they know that they're going up against ultra-talented individuals. But you know something? When you cave their chest in, or you cause whiplash because you push their back in or something like that, all of a sudden it weakens them.
Everyone's got a plan until
they get hit. Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to bring up. And so as a result of that, Houston comes in last year, and it is elite as Golden State was. P.J. Tucker, Trevor Ariza, and Chris Paul got all up in those brothers. I'm talking about from a physical perspective. And there were days where Golden State was a bit compromised. They didn't look like themselves. Now we get to this year's roster. Understand the 2 players that they rely upon coming off the bench is a Sean Livingston, 33 years old, Andre Iguodala, 35. What that says to me, again, you're older, you may be more vulnerable, and that I'm going to be real interested to see. And remember I said this name. It sounds like nothing. If this kid, 25 years old out of Duke, Quinn Cook, can come off the bench. I like this kid.
No doubt about it.
If Quinn Cook can come off the bench and give you quality minutes during the regular season, showing that he's able to spell not just for Steph Curry, not just for Klay Thompson, but also Sean Livingston. That's going to help.
The trade-off for
State
KD
immensely.
The trade-off for KD was depth. That was the trade-off.
That's
so
right.
Cook's got to step up.
Yeah.
All right, we got to keep it moving, guys. So the Lakers kick off the season tomorrow night in Portland, but people are focused on the summer of 2019. There's whispers around the league, the Ringer, saying that neither Jimmy Butler nor Kawhi wants to play with LeBron. Should Kawhi want to play with LeBron?
Kawhi, if he wants to play in L.A. and win championships, needs to play with LeBron. By the way, Toronto Raptors could also win the title. I know everyone thinks I'm wrong about this on this show. I don't think so. I think Toronto could get it done this year. Things have to break their way, of course. But if they fall short, or if they do well and he decides, I just don't want to be here, I want to come home, and wants to play in L.A., you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, oh, I don't want to be in LeBron's shadow. Well, LeBron's better than you. You know, like you want to win. You want to go somewhere like the Clippers and not win championships and not be in LeBron's shadow. You'd be in a shadow anyway. You're playing in the same market. Or do you want to win championships in your hometown? If he wants that, play with LeBron. Those two would be the baddest duo since Kobe and Shaq. LeBron and Kawhi. Yeah. Kobe and Shaq, at least, if not Jordan and Pippen.
Okay.
Maybe they'd be Showtime.
I guess we're going to have this conversation throughout the year. My personal preference would be that you step back, take notes. Don't bother me with this subject because it actually annoys me. And not you annoying me. The subject annoys me. I don't mean Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is not annoying me.
I'm going to take notes just to see where you're wrong and point it out.
That's fine.
Come on.
Max Kellerman, are you ready for this? Because I said something. I said a couple of things to him that make Max take a step back. Put your pen down because you might fall off the chair. Are you ready for this? I wouldn't even take Kawhi as top 3 in terms of who I would pair with LeBron. I got 3 people that I would easily pick ahead of Kawhi Leonard to pair with LeBron. Now, I want America to understand what I'm saying here.
Oh, I feel a list coming.
I believe that Kawhi Leonard is one of the great top 5 players in the NBA. This is not a question about his skill. Mad respect for him, and I know what he does defensively. I keep telling you, I don't trust him offensively. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking numbers. I'm not talking ability. I'm talking personality. Remember, with Lonzo Ball, I went off about the personality in terms of the lack of tenacity, the lack of aggression and assertiveness. That's all I said about Lonzo Ball last year. I'm talking about somebody that I take the ball and I say, take me to the promised land. Yeah. I don't trust him with LeBron. I trust Anthony Davis with LeBron. I trust Kevin Durant with LeBron. And you know I trust Klay Thompson with LeBron. I would take all 3 guys ahead of Kawhi Leonard for LeBron. Now, if I had Anthony Davis, Kawhi would be my number 1 selection. If I had Kevin Durant, Kawhi would be my number 1 selection. If I had Klay Thompson, Kawhi would be my number 1 selection. But because it's LeBron, who is a playmaker extraordinaire and the best player in the world, all of this other stuff. Because I don't trust them two together offensively in crunch time. I want a bona fide shot maker, an assassin. And I'm telling you, those 3, what Kawhi can do, I'm not questioning. I'm talking about his willingness to do it. I don't trust Kawhi in L.A. with that paparazzi and LeBron and all of that. Those 3 I would pick over Kawhi.
Oscar. Stephen A.
Odd couple for those that don't know. For those that don't know, Oscar Madison, Felix Unger. Yeah, very good.
Stephen A.
Yeah.
If this was the 1990s, you might be right, brother. The game has changed.
Yeah.
First of all, in spite of LeBron's reputation, he's a great closer. You want the ball in LeBron's hands at the end of the game, either to take the shot or to get it to someone who will make the shot.
If you're going by last year, sure.
It's basically been the evolution of his career. It's been trending that way. The team functions better than with LeBron on the floor at the end of games than other teams do with their stars on the floor.
I'm not questioning that.
Now, Kawhi's killer instinct. I understand what you mean. LeBron's instinct is to pass. I said he's pass first. He scores because he can. Because he's so good at it, he's not going to not score. And Kawhi's instinct first is defensive stopper, right? Who has also become a great offensive player.
Which is what I meant by personality.
I get the point. But the hero ball 90s stuff would apply more. The fact is, Kawhi has already been the best offensive player on a championship team. He's already done that.
We have to go. I have one question for you. Is his personality Showtime? Do you think he would like this platform, Kawhi?
Style of play, yes, absolutely.
That's not what I said. I said personality. No. Stephen A., who's the best two-way player in the game?
The best two-way player in the game? Shoot, it's probably Anthony Davis.
Okay. Kawhi second.
But I'm still gonna say, you know what? I'm still going to go with Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I'm still going to go with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant,
he's a great defender.
And Anthony Davis, nip and tuck.
All right.
Kevin